This is your News 7 Morning Report.
Good morning, I'm Justin Ward. We begin the work week with summer-like temperatures and a chance of scattered thunderstorms. Meteorologist Leo Hirschbrunner has your completed forecast in just a few minutes. Striking ITT Vision workers are rallying outside the Roanoke County plant this morning. This as union leaders meet with company officials later today when contract negotiations resume. Nearly 600 employees have been on the picket line for just over a week.
There's not. It could end today, and we could begin to put our people back to work, which is where we want to be. But it may take a week, it may take 6 months, but we're out here for the long haul.
Union leaders say there are three main issues. They are caps on health care costs, pension benefits, and elimination of mandatory overtime. ITT says production at the plant continues during the strike. Night Vision says it is working to resolve the labor dispute. Meanwhile, tensions are growing at the Goodyear tire plant in Danville, where 2,000 union workers say they're prepared to strike if necessary. The United Steelworkers of America union has broken off contract negotiations with Goodyear, and no new talks have been scheduled. The union's contract with 11 Goodyear plants, including Danville, expired April 19th, but had been extended on a day-to-day basis while talks continued. The former contract remains in effect for now because both sides had agreed to a 72-hour notice before termination. Major issues include job security, health care for retirees, and restructuring debt. A fire that started in the kitchen over the weekend took the life of an 85-year-old man. Fire officials say Guy Spencer of Radford was cooking meat Saturday night when the fire started. He was unconscious when firefighters arrived and later died at New River Valley Medical Center. Officials say the fire damaged Spencer's extensive train collection worth up to $20,000. Gerald Willis is on a mission to teach the children in the valley about a day his father survived, but many others did not. Now he's donating his time and money in hopes of sending thousands of dollars to the National D-Day Memorial. News 7 reporter Jennifer Washon has more. Donations to the Robert Willis D-Day Memorial Fund can be made at any Member One credit union. And the sun is shining outside, but I understand it may not be for long.
Not at all. So get outside this afternoon. We're seeing hazy sunshine right now, but late today, scattered showers and thunderstorms develop. Showers Tuesday and Wednesday as well. Let's look at the current numbers. 78 degrees, Roanoke Regional Airport. Lynchburg coming in at 84 degrees. A couple of clouds now, a little more sunshine by afternoon. And there's your daily weather almanac of your forecast coming up. Scattered showers and storms right there, and then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, things dry out. You notice temperatures warming up to near 90 degrees. So if you love the warm weather and dry conditions, the weekend's for you.
And if you're going to be out for the 4th of July, we have some good weather in store for that too. Wonderful. Thanks so much, Leo. That's a look at your Monday morning headlines. We'll be back with more today on News 7 at noon. In January, Roanoke City passed an ordinance that requires property owners to keep weeds below 10 inches. If they grow higher, as these weeds have, that's when there's a problem. Nearly 40% of children have no contact with their biological fathers, but these dads say they're determined not to become part of that statistic. While it's true infants are at risk for GERD, the disease usually occurs in adults over 40. But people often mistake the disease for heartburn, one of GERD's most common symptoms.
If you live in Roanoke City and you fail to mow your lawn, you could be out a lot of green.
Intern reporter Justin Ward tells us tonight about the city's attempt to cut back on weeds.
On the off chance it's not raining, lawnmowers in Roanoke are working overtime. But these guys aren't mowing their own lawns. They're city contractors, cutting lawns that property owners have let grow out of control.
We've received probably this year more calls than I can remember in the last 5 or 6 years. Complaints regarding overgrown property.
A phone call from your neighbor is all it takes to find yourself in a potentially costly situation. If warnings are ignored and the city has to mow your lawn, you can expect a bill for about $230. City officials say that despite the record-setting rainfall last month, it's still your job to keep up your lawn. In January, Roanoke City passed an ordinance that requires property owners to keep weeds below 10 inches. If they grow higher, as these weeds have, that's when there's a problem. And it's a problem that's being handled in a new way by the city, who's making sure there's no question who's breaking its laws.
The new signs basically makes everyone more aware, and it allows neighbors to not have to guess or think of whether the city's working on trying to get that violation corrected.
Although the signs are brand new, they're already a hit with neighborhood leaders.
Hopefully that this will deter you letting it get above 10 inches tall and will try to keep your yards more manicured.
So the next time it's nice outside, if you don't mow your lawn, you might hear from these guys. Justin Ward, News 7, Roanoke.
Well, since 1966, the third Sunday in June has been a time to honor Dad. Today, as families celebrate Father's Day, intern reporter Justin Ward sat down with one dad who's learning the tools he needs to do the job right.
Not just anyone can be a father. It takes courage, it takes patience, it takes kids. Hee. Happy Father's Day.
For Tracy Flanagan and daughter Demi, Father's Day is a bit more special this year. That's because the family is also celebrating Tracy's graduation from Fathers at Work. It's a program that finds jobs for low-income dads who want to play active roles in their children's lives.
Anybody can be a father. The hard part is being a dad, or a daddy, as I like to be called.
2 years ago, Tracy moved to Roanoke to enroll in the program and to be closer to his daughter. He says it's the best move he's ever made, and the statistics agree. Nearly 40% of children have no contact with their biological fathers, but these dads say they're determined not to become part of that statistic.
I knew at a young age that I didn't have a father, but I wasn't going to let that happen to my kids.
That we're an organization for dads.
John Morris heads up Fathers at Work. Since it began, he's seen more than 200 fathers come through the program.
There's a myth out there that young dads could care less about their kids, but these guys are proving it. They're coming into the program. We expect a lot out of them. You know, we raise the bar very high.
With a strong desire and a little patience, Morris says graduates of the program work full-time and pay child support regularly. And kids like Tracy's daughter Demi say that every little bit counts when it comes to being a good dad.
Let's say they're off work one day and their kids got a teacher work day or something, or if they can eat lunch with their child, they should try to do as much and try to spend as much time with their child as they can.
For now, Tracy's done being a student and ready to be a teacher. Because of Fathers at Work, Tracy's now working with kids at Head Start.
Scrape.
And from the looks of things, the transition may end up being a smooth one. Justin Ward, News 7, Roanoke.
What happened to this guy? I'm not a crook. All right, Watergate.
There's no recipe for what it takes to be a good teacher, but former restaurant owner Billy Tresky has one special ingredient. Students can relate to him. In fact, if students had to vote on who's the class clown, there's a good chance they'd vote for him.
99 red balloons. That's about the yeah.
Yes, Billy Tresky likes to have fun with his students, and sometimes that means singing or making goofy faces. But don't let him fool you. This history teacher knows his stuff.
Hey, do you remember Cooter from the Dukes of Hazzard? He served in the United States Congress.
Tresky's goal is to teach the facts and make them fun. It's a goal that's paid off for students like Katie Hamrick.
I'm thinking he's one of the best teachers I've ever had.
Really?
I've never passed a history class. I'm passing with him, which is good.
Just 1 year ago, Tresky was in a much different job. Tossing pizza at Chico and Billy's, a restaurant he co-owned, Tresky decided to hang up his apron and follow his heart.
But I've always felt a calling. I think the Lord gives people gifts, and one of my gifts is communicating with young people. And I've always wanted to use that gift.
And now that gift has earned him the title of Teacher of the Year at Cave Spring High School. It's been a bumpy road at times, but with 1 year under his belt, Tresky is confident with his decision to change jobs.
When I looked at the school newspaper that morning and read that I'd been chosen for Teacher of the Year, it solidified it and it made it all worthwhile.
Like many of his students, in June, Billy Tresky has plans to get a summer job, making pizza. Justin Ward, News 7.